In this video, we are going to shortly present our work on the Kaggle competition Shelter Animal Outcomes. The goal is to predict the outcomes of some animal in a shelter in the United States. It can help understand trends in the animal outcomes to help shelters focus their energy on specific animals who may need an extra help finding a new home. To do this, we have a trained dataset and a test dataset, and there are 5 possible issues: return to owner, adopted, transfer, euthanasia, or death. We divided the work into 3 parts: pre-treatment of the data, analysis of the data, and finally predictions. The goal in the pre-treatment of the data was to understand it, to see it, and to extract as many information as possible from it. So the first thing I did was to print the info of the data, then to print the first rows. The info shows us that we have 10 columns in the trained set and 8 in the test set. We also miss some information in both of them. The first rows show us the structure of the info in the columns, and we can see the improvement we can do to simplify and optimize it. I choose to create as many new columns as possible because they don't have the same importance, and we can see their importance in the analyzed part. So we need for the prediction to have the train and a test set to have the exact same structure. So I concatenated them so they will have the same modifications and we can separate them again easily. I deleted the outcome subtyped column because we don't have to predict it. For the name column, I put 1 if the animal has a name and 0 if not, because they are all different, so I think the name itself doesn't have an importance. For sex upon outcome column, we can see that there are 2 info in this column: the sex and if the animal was sterilized or not. So I created 2 new columns to separate these info, because they don't have the same importance, and we can see that there is also unknown values. For the columns date time, I divided it into 4 columns: year, month, day, and hour, because, for example, there is usually more abandonments in spring, and animal in the shelter for a long time may have less chances to be reunited with their owner. For the ages column, they were in days, weeks, months, and years, so I converted them all in years so we can create some graph with it. We can see that there are only cats and dogs, and the info of the column breeds and color were different depending on the animal type. So I create 2 new datasets, cats and dogs. For the cats, the breed column contains many information. There is 1 or 2 breeds, there is sometimes a mentioned mix, and there is info on the hair. So I create 4 new columns: breed 1, breed 2, mix, and hair. For the missing hair, I search the breed on the internet. There is 20 of them, I think. And finally, I put breed 1 in the missing value of breed 2. For the dog set, it was the same thing except for the hair part. Then for the color, I did the same thing. There were sometimes 2 colors, so I create 2 color columns, and I also create a binary column tabby because there were a lot of cats with this information in the color column. I tried to get information from a website about dogs, so we can have size, for example, and I succeed to collect the data in a data frame, but I failed to join them with our dataset because the name of the breeds weren't exactly the same, so the join failed. And finally, to completing the data, I put unknown for the sex if we don't know it, and for the age, I use the mean of the animal of the same breed, because we know that the lifespan of an animal depends of the breed of the animal.
We made several graphics to conduct a first study of raw data. By tracing a bar plot of the outcomes, we can see that the majority of the animals are either adopted or transferred. Adopted with 30% and transferred with 35%. The other of 25% are in order returned to their owner, euthanized or died. However, we see that if we separate the cat of the dog, the most likely outputs for a cat are adopted or transferred, whereas for a dog, it's adoption or return to their owner. For both cats and dogs, we can see they are more likely to be adopted or transferred. The youngest they are. The variable age in years seems to play a big role to their outcomes. For cats and dogs, if the sex is a known male or female, it doesn't seem to impact of their outcomes. However, there have not been animals where the sex was known who was adopted. We can see that the nurtured animals are much more likely to be adopted or returned to their owner. In a contrast to non-nurtured animals or for the animals which status is unknown, it's the observation same if an animal has a name or not. For the cats, the ones with short hair seems more likely to be transferred than adopted, in a contrast to the cats with other types of hair who have the same chance to be adopted or transferred. If we do the heat map of a variable, we can see that the variable with the biggest correlation with the outcomes are age in years, name, nurtured, sex, hours. We are now going to predict the probabilities of each outcomes for each animal of the set of data where it's unknown. To do so, we are going to test the accuracy and the log loss of several learning methods and keep the one that gives us the best prediction. The log loss measures the performance of a classification model. The smaller it is, the better. We are going to create 4 new columns based on 4 existing columns concerning a race 1 and 2 and the color 1 and 2. These columns are a string. The new columns are going to associate it to the string and integer. For instance, Angora is going to be 24, etc. This step is necessary because many learning methods only accept numerical as input.
Since we only have the columns R and tabby for the cat, we are not going to take them into consideration when constructing our models. So we are going to put the continuous variable age in years into 6 different groups, and each group is going to be associated with an integer. So it's going to make it easier for the learning method to see the pattern in age in years. And it's very important because we have seen previously that the variable age in years play a big role in the outcome. So we are going to note X, the variable, we have the columns from the data frame 12 that we are going to use in the learning methods. We are going to note Y, the variable containing the column from the data frame 12 that contain the outcomes. We are going to split X and Y in 2, so X train and Y train, to train the learning models, and to test this we are going to use X test and Y test because we know their outcomes. It's going to make it possible for us to calculate the accuracy and the log loss of the different models. So first we are going to use the method decision tree. So the decision tree classifier is a classification method which can a set of rules from the training dataset, and then we use it to predict the probability of of the different outcomes. We chose to try this method because it's one of the learning methods that is more well-known, it's one of the fastest, and one of the advantages is that if it's a method that we chose in the end, it's going to make it easier to visualize the training decision tree. However, we only get 58% of accuracy and get a very bad log loss score. We get 14.22. So we have two reasons for this. We think we have two reasons for this. One of them is in the decision tree. If one variable has a big role, it can create a tree that is biased, and the other, if the tree has too many information, it can be overfit very easily. So to remove this problem, we are then going to use the method random forest. So the method random forest is a different tree based on multiple samples and then combine their prediction. We get a much better result with this method. We get 67% of accuracy, but what is more important is the logos is very good, is 0.87, so it's very good. We are going to then use another method, the last is naive-Bayes. So the naive-Bayes method is based on Bayes' theorem on conditional probability. And we chose to try this method because one of the advantages is that it's fast and it can put well with very high dimensional data sets. So if this method we chose in then, it could be very useful for the shelters. Unfortunately, we have results that are less good than with the random forest because we only get 61% of accuracy and 1.42 of log loss. So one of the reasons for this may be that the naive-Bayes do much better with datasets that are more high dimensional.
So for the combined data, we applied the three learning methods, decision tree, random forest, and the naive-Bayes. We get the better result with a random forest classifier with an accuracy score of 67% and a log loss of 0.87. We used this chosen classifier to predict the outcomes of the animals and applied them on the data test, and we get that the animals get more transferred than adopted, which is the opposite to the previous observation where animals get adopted more than transferred. Now we want to know why, if we can get a better result for the accuracy score and the log loss. So we decided to work on the data separately, first for cats and second for dogs. So we see that we still get the best result for cats with the random forest classifier with the best accuracy score of 80% and a log loss of 0.77. This score for cats is the best comparing to the common data and also comparing to the dogs, where we get an accuracy score for the random forest of 60% and a log loss of 1.09. So we can say that working on a data with more information is more efficient. Working on the cat's data with the added column hair and the fact that a cat is tabby or not helped us to get a better result. So to conclude, we have see that while it is possible to predict the probabilities of the outcomes of the animals with a satisfying precision, if we aim to improve the model in order to offer the best help for shelters, we have to get more information about the animals. For example, we can have more information about the behavior of the animal, the fact that he is stressed or he has a good behavior, and also we can see if he had in the past a disease or not.